Evan.
What's
Evan?
up? What's up? What's up?
Okay. Hey, we're
Sorry.
back. It's all good. Hey, look at that. Another My Cup of Tea episode number 165. I can't remember if I emphasized last time was 164 during Fantastic Four. I hope so. We made a lot of fantastic puns last time, so if you want to check that out,
we
please,
sure did. We sure did.
by all means, go check that out. Also, our insane, stupid reaction to the Fan Force ending just crossed 500K, so that's fun. Congratulations, us. Thank you, everybody, for watching.
You said our Fantastic Four video is at 500K?
Yeah.
That's insane. That's wild. That's wild.
It's fantastic.
And we're getting money from that, right? We're getting so much money from that, right?
Not at all, boy. They claimed it from the jump, and I was like, well, it got what? 2,000 views? Whatever. Not a big loss. Random ass blow up last year. And I get
that's crazy.
I get 30 new comments on that daily. It doesn't end. It's insane.
Sorry, my dad was texting me.
Okay.
But
we're back.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. We're back. So today, Nathan, very Spider-Man focused, huh? I bet you're very happy.
Well, I mean, I don't know. This is all right, I guess.
Oh this guy.
I told you I was keep doing this.
That's wild. How long did this take you, motherfucker? 2.5 hours?
Not very long. However, I did have to cram it just before because I was eating dinner for stream. So I was like, I gotta. Does this look right? There we go. Anyway,
that's crazy. So what do you want to talk about first? I guess the biggest part was the news break. I guess it was, what was it, last Thursday? The confirmations, but before they went, before filming actually began on August 1st, they finally revealed the confirmation that Hulk or Mark Ruffalo is officially on board. That was a rumor for the longest time. I was hoping it was going to stay a rumor. Punisher is officially on board. Ned Leeds, I forget the guy's name, Jacob Batalon, and Zendaya responded. At least Jacob Batalon, I saw his. Is it Babylon? I forget his name.
Babylon.
Yeah. He responded on Instagram saying we're back, so he's kind of on board. No word on Zendaya officially, but again, the Hollywood Reporter is including Zendaya in that, whether she has a big role, small role, what to see. I'm thinking end of the movie kind of thing. But either way, what else am I missing? Oh, the best part, the Hulk stuff, take it or leave it. Michael Mando back as the Scorpion, which is exactly what we all wanted to hear. We've been screaming from the heavens since 2017 to bring him back to our screens. He is coming back. Nathan, what is your thoughts on all the casting in general? What do you think?
Well, we can finally take his post-credit scene off of the list of things that didn't come to fruition, which a lot of people have been making lists of lately. So it's just be patient. Marvel takes their time. But that's very exciting because of all the talents they had on board. I mean, we've had no short of talent. Michael Keaton was phenomenal. Jake Gyllenhaal is never bad. And all of the previous Spider-Man villain actors were wonderful to see return. But Michael Mando, if you guys haven't seen his work on especially Better Call Saul, he is phenomenal. And he's wanted to reprise Scorpion for quite some time. So the fact that we're getting this is not only super exciting, but also I feel like we have a regenerative hype for Spider-Man versus Scorpion after watching season 1 of Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. That was a great time.
That was a fantastic use of Scorpion. He was terrifying. He killed people in that. What was it, episode 7 or something? The penultimate. Something. Yeah, one of the penultimate episodes. He was actually showing or giving Peter that first case of fear. I will die from this.
He almost killed him.
He almost killed him. It wasn't for Green Goblin, Norman Osborn. Once again, guys, go watch your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. It is still the best Marvel show of the year. It is what an incredible surprise.
I guess
So yeah,
comparatively it is.
what?
I guess comparatively it is the best Marvel show. It was like consistently great.
I mean, if every Daredevil episode was episode 9 and 10, maybe, but like we had to
Sure.
survive episodes 1 through 8. But yeah, Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man was just very consistent. It had an actual like through line that was fun to follow from beginning to end. And yeah, I fully agree that Scorpion was just menacing. And picture that with getting Michael Mando and the talents that he has, like, as you mentioned, Better Call Saul. He's fantastic. He has the ability to be vulnerable, emotionally compelling on that show. Terrifying at times, very complex character. We're not going to be seeing Nacho be Scorpion. That's not what I'm saying. But
No.
the actor is just very, very, engaging as an actor. He's very good.
It is a huge testament that he was effectively like the B plot congruent to Saul Goodman's story for quite a bit of it. And the fact that like you can hop over there and I'm just as invested, if not more so sometimes, of like, will he get out of this predicament? Like you remember like what did he hide in like a oil tanker from like some guys? Like that was crazy.
Yeah, well, when his storyline melded with like Gus and Mike and all that kind of stuff, like it was very compelling. I'm with Nathan. Like sometimes I'm like, let's cut the Jimmy stuff and get back to what Nacho and Michael Mando's character, what he's got going on. But he's in the MCU, so you can get lesser, possibly, depending on the director. I think Destin created one of my all-time favorite Marvel villains, top 5 for me, of course. My Shang-Chi bias is coming in. But I think Wen-Wu is one of the best Marvel villains we've had. Like, there's Thanos, Killmonger, and probably Wen-Wu for me. Like, there's not a lot to pick and choose from with Marvel.
Early Loki.
So, yeah. Early Loki. Yeah. Yeah, Loki from Thor 1 was great. A little bit in Avengers, yeah. But yeah.
He's very like leaning fully into it.
No, but I like him as an antagonist in Thor than in Avengers.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, just wonderful casting. Just it's the best casting. But what is your take on the Hulk of it all? I don't like it, Bob. I don't like it. For me, this is my case. This is my case for the Hulk of it all. We already have Punisher. If you need to do we need a Marvel character in our Sony Marvel movie, you have Punisher. That's your ticket in. That's good. Yeah. You can still keep it grounded, street level, which is, again, what we've been saying about this movie, grounded, street level. You can keep that essence with the Punisher. Bringing the Hulk in, I'm getting flashbacks to what we just did 5 months ago with Captain America: Brave New World. Like somebody told me online, it's like, well, obviously, Hulk can go bad, and then we can see Punisher and Spider-Man fight off this Hulk who is enraged. I'm like, does anybody want to see that? We just got that with Red Hulk versus Captain America. We just got that. We don't need to see Spider-Man fight off against an enraged Hulk who's affected by Scorpion or whoever's in the movie. It's like, I don't need to see that. What's so engaging about that? Oh, Hulk is going to be... And they effectively neutered Hulk for like a decade now. We're going on 2025 now. We haven't seen an effective Hulk since Age of Ultron. So I'm like, I don't care anymore. If you give me like Science Bruce and, you play it off like the first 2/3 of Amazing Spider-Man where like Peter's just going to the lizard dude asking for him for help. It's like, if Peter's asking, Bruce for like some science help against Scorpion, maybe I need an antidote against Scorpion's poison. That's fun, science-y, Mark Ruffalo, thank you. I would like it. I don't need you to be the Hulk, to be honest. We just had an enraged Hulk go crazy, and it's like, I don't need to see that anymore. I'm tired out. You shot your load with Captain America. It was okay. I'm good. That's my take.
My turn. Oh, I guess just kind of like off the cuff. It's funny. I feel like Hulk with Spidey would work and make more sense than pairing Red Hulk with Sam without any Hulk whatsoever. Uh, but
Kind of, yeah.
it depends on the usage, right? It depends on like how they're going to use the character. Could it just be like Bruce, like science consultant? Absolutely, and I wouldn't mind that in the slightest. I think that would be kind of cool. Because as it stands right now, there is no built dynamic between Spider-Man and Hulk. I mean, I guess if you wanted to like kickstart something here, you could, but it feels like they should have maybe already done some bonding in an Avengers film, and then they can have an engagement in a standalone. But
Have they not had any scene together?
the only scene they had together was Tony's funeral at the end of Endgame, standing near each other. They never spoken to each other on screen.
Like, hey Peter, you want a tissue? I see you crying over there. You good? Okay.
There's a lot of dry eyes actually.
Because they were looking at his body, they were looking at a green screen. Anyways.
None, but they were all there. I've seen the set photo anyway. Yeah, it depends on the usage because I would have figured this could have been an effective Mr. Negative, but now I'm hearing word that Mr. Negative is not in this film.
You don't think he is? I don't need him to be. I feel like he would be kind of like in the first press notice, right? We would know at this point if Mr. Negative was in.
I feel like, and it seemed like a lot of people were like noticing like the logo of Intergang on the tanks that are filming on the set right now. But I guess like reports are floating around that from some scooper that he's not in the film. So I don't really know what's to happen though. So, and that's how I thought we would get any form of a Savage Hulk return in this. Though remembering that Scorpion's in this, they could do a situation where like his stinger has like some sort of poison that like affects the mind. That could do that. That would be just as easy.
Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing. It's like, yeah, Scorpion could be your Scarecrow, version there. It's like, oh, the fear toxin got to Hulk or something. That could be.
Yeah. So and you can obviously like make the case that you're making. It was like, what would be the use of having Hulk in here whatsoever in this Spidey story? But I mean, at the same time, I don't know the function of Punisher's involvement in Spider-Man's life, what the story they're going to be telling. So it really is just kind of up in the air of like what the circumstance is that brings these different characters together.
I mean, and that's why we have this podcast. And let's get brainstorming. We know jack shit about this movie. We know jack shit. We see Peter on swinging. Do we want to show some clips? Are we allowed to do that on podcast? Are we? Is that it? Or we can get doxxed?
Well, I think you could show very willingly open public set video stuff because like Tom was posing with fans there, so I think it's very open.
Okay, I'll see if I can find anything.
Right on.
But yeah. So we have tanks. We know Punisher versus Spider-Man seemed like a likely possibility. What else do we have here? I'm just curious what the story could be. His first day of college, Destin Daniel Cretton is always talking about like back to the roots. Peter dealing with stuff. But what are your thoughts? What do you think we could see, given that we don't know much? Or before we get into that, do you want to talk about the suit as well? Up to you. Buddy.
Yeah, I would like to. Yeah, talk about a couple suits actually because I didn't realize there was like a full Punisher suit as well. Currently,
full Punisher suit.
Yeah, he's got a updated Punisher suit that Frank is rocking on the set right now. I put in the thumbnail.
Oh, is it? Yeah, I didn't. I thought that was like from Daredevil Born Again or something.
Apparently, it's on the set right now.
Oh wow!
He may end up
has he not worn that before? Has he not? I thought he had a Punisher chest on his or Punisher crest on his chest. I thought he had.
He does. I think this is just this is like a. It looks like a not haphazard, but like a quickly painted over some armored. Maybe he had to like scrap together a Punisher outfit. I'm not sure, but he does seem pretty armored up in this. So and granted, I don't know what the what again the context with Frank in this story, but I did see some stuff filming on set where he's like his disheveled, full beard, hoodied self walking through the streets in New York, but like everybody was like running like in like fear and chaos, and Frank's just like casually walking through it all, and I think that's going to make for some really cool imagery. I think that would make an awesome character introduction for him. Um, but I do wonder like who is
for sure.
attacking New York.
And right now they are filming the Punisher special, right? That's what they're filming right now.
Yeah, I think
Oh god.
either it's like happening simultaneous or he went from one to the other pretty quick.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. I'm right now. I'm thinking like he's gonna film the Punisher special and then go into film, uh, Spider Man or his role in like in Brand New Day. Just go
I could
right
say,
back to back.
yeah,
Um. Okay. This is one from 1 hour ago. I didn't see this when I was at the movies. Um. But
hold
Peter
on.
on his car. Can you see that?
Yep.
Whoa, that's loud as hell. Cool, Leo. Coolio. Outfit too.
It's
Wow.
really nice. It looks so good in the daylight. Spider-Man's real. Oh, that's lovely.
um. So, well, what are your thoughts on this outfit as a whole? You know, people were freaking out about the what do they call it? The web design, the outside webbing,
Yeah, raised webbing
of it all.
on the suit. Yeah,
Raised web. Yeah.
I think that's wonderful. I did, in hindsight, thinking back on all the suits, like the entire home trilogy, Peter's webs are quite flat and like baked into the overall like printing of the suit, which is weird because like on set it looks clothy, but then they CG over the suit in every installment, and it doesn't really get to like pop as much as it should. But here I think Destin's gonna really like let it breathe, let it be like that low level stitched together homemade suit of a high quality long running hero. Because Peter's definitely got it down over the original sweat hoodies that he was wearing before. But I think it's wonderful. I think this is they've clearly like updated a little bit since the ending of No Way Home, which I think was maybe like all 100% CG in the last installment. I don't think Tom really actually like wore it because it was just like the final
Interesting.
sword shot. But it's really cool to see. I think they've updated they tweaked the spider a little bit, and it looks phenomenal. I love the bulky web shooters on the outside. They're pretty like a long barrel. It seems like a double cartridge fueling, which I think is really useful for Peter, who's probably on managed resources for how much he can probably produce at a time. It's just these little things I look for in the Spidey as a whole, and he still has his lenses that move that will articulate. I know they look kind of bulky a little bit on set, but that's how they look on every installment that Tom has filmed thus far. So I think that will be the one bit that's smoothed out on the costume, and I'm really hoping that all like the nice like bunches in the folds that you can see in this image as well will maintain throughout the full release.
I agree with everything you're saying. I like the Spidey crest is also it's a bit bigger, right, than anything we've seen before in the previous trilogy.
For sure, he always had like the small square spider. This was as most assume is inspired after he spent time with the other Spider-Man in No Way Home.
Oh, because their spiders are bigger too.
Yeah, they're bigger, like greater arching. His was a lot more like condensed and spaced differently.
Yeah, it was like tiny. Yeah, but I'm with you. The colors really pop. It's really shiny. It works. The cartridges that give them the spider stuff, the webbing.
Yeah,
It rocks. I like this a lot. This is exactly what I want. Like it reminds me of like the now classic like Spider-Man, like the modern Spider-Man run by I forget. It's a Spider author that people don't like anymore. Or was it
uh,
Nick Slott? Um,
Slot.
but it was just like it just it just reminded me of like brand new day. Like it's a new
Mhm. Yeah,
beginning. It feels fresh. It feels vibrant. It feels alive. It feels very nice,
yeah.
and I like it a lot. And I like the whole
I love it.
introduction they did online as well. Yeah,
Yeah, I
it's really
love
cool.
how the introduction was very beautiful. I like the little tease we got the day before, and then like the actual like Tom in the suit. He looks great. I love the length of his hair. He's kind of had like the short like brush back throughout the trilogy, but I feel like whenever I've seen like Peter get older in the comics, he does have like a bit more like hair like that, and I feel like it adds to like the look of like this is an older experience, but this isn't just like the freshman teen Peter that we've been following. Like, hey, Mister So and So. I think it's generally just like it's a more grown up, mature, college age Peter, and I'm excited to see more maturity in his character moving forward.
I agree with you. I'm very excited to see him be more mature, like not asking for permission, not talking to Happy all the time. This is gonna be our first time seeing Spider-Man Peter Parker was kind of like all alone. So I really want Destin to dive into that like loneliness that he's gonna be dealing with in at least the first part of this movie for sure.
Yeah, man. A couple other things is like I love how simplistic the design of the suit is overall. It's a very simple, straightforward, just like the Spidey drawing tends to be. But I do like how you can see the individual stitching between like the blue and the red. It really does feel like it's a full on like self fabricated entity being worn. Another great thing I love is are you familiar with how every Spider-Man mask on set has a face shell inside of the mask?
Face show, not necessarily, no.
Yeah, so they have like this kind of like this hockey mask type shape with like big open eyes for the lenses themselves, and to make it a lot easier when on set, the lenses pop off like they're just magnetized onto it, which is great. And they have the
Okay.
facial and keep the facial structure of Spider-Man because if anybody who's ever like personally like try on a Halloween costume for like a Spider-Man mask, you slip it on and that shit is like so bunched up and like your hair is like poking out and it doesn't look so you have to have a face shell to maintain that shape. And they've done that with every iteration of Spider-Man since Toby. But a cool development I saw, I don't know where you would ever find the picture, but I think I might have retweeted it. But a great development they've made on the face shell is now there's like a movable portion of the jaw because they would always have to digitally add like the chin movement whenever Peter talks and does dialogue because it's just a still face shell. But now they've added like this jaw function into the one that they're
Yeah.
presently filming on where he can actually like talk in a scene and he's naturally moving with the dialogue, which I think is great.
Wow. Holy shit. I mean, did you see that on set? Or it sounds like a deep
Yeah,
cut, it seems like.
somebody snapped a photo and it's like when you like look at it, it's not just like a mold. There is actually like jaw slits on the side to allow the movement of the chin.
Holy shit. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that a lot. Again, I mean, so are you saying like other Spider-Man actors did that and Tom just recently didn't do that? Or
Well, they've
what?
all every like Toby, Andrew, and Tom have all worn the face shell, but this is the first time a face shell has the mobility in the chin to actually like look like
Got it.
you're actually talking under the mask, which they always are, but like every digital artist had to like add the slight movement of the chin to convey that you're talking through a mask and that he's
Mm,
not just wearing a face shell. Because every time they pull off their mask, right, it's just like a loose piece of fabric, which is what it's supposed to be. But to maintain the illusion of the structure for the story, they have to wear face shells.
got it. Okay. Cool. Yeah, this is all just super, super exciting. We were all gearing up for the start of Spider-Man filming, and he's doing it, and it's like the crowds in here are massive. It's like,
Yeah.
I wonder how, like, again, how the actual movie's gonna piece everything together. There was, I
Yeah.
can't find it, but there was a shot like with him with the explosions. I'll see if I can find that in a second. But yeah, he seems to
Yeah.
be going after these tanks and the explosions. I think was it I can't tell if it was Spider-Man or another Marvel movie that said they would not reference the end of Thunderbolts.
Oh,
Or
Daredevil
it
is
might have
not going
been
to be
Punisher
referencing.
or Daredevil. Oh,
Yeah,
Daredevil. Okay, yeah,
is
Daredevil
it?
season 2 is not going to reference the event.
Yeah, because well, I think that was primarily fueled from Feige's comments that they're going to try to keep the running connections between television and movies more separate, so it's a lot easier on general audiences.
Which is smart. Which is smart. I think I called that too. By the way, I was like, the Thunderbolts, everybody disappearing. Like that's an overly insane kind of like power move, and it was great to watch in Thunderbolts. But I don't think it needs to be developed in a Daredevil season 2 when there's just so much to get into. You know, we could
Sure.
get like a passing reference, like, "Oh, wasn't that crazy, guys? Like that 1 hour we were going crazy."
Yeah.
But yeah,
Though
I'm
I
glad.
do
I'm glad again that Feige is learning.
for sure, but I honestly think like the effects of the void would be beneficial to a number of characters in this film to have their like function out because they're a lot of people recall like with both Peter's isolation and the rageful characteristics between Hulk and Frank. It would be interesting if the effects of the void brought all of these characters to like their darkest points mentally that kind of leave them shaken and like a bit more closed off and bitter in their day-to-day lives headed into the story. I think that could be an interesting thing to look at, especially for Peter, who's uh absolutely alone.
That what you're saying is exactly right. That would work if all of that was like in the previous Spider-Man movie where they have to address it. It
Hmm.
being in Thunderbolts just creates so much like,
Well,
do we have to talk about it? It's kind
yeah,
of like the Celestial. It's like the Celestial didn't get discussed until like 4 movies, 5 movies later.
that's
But
true, but I
yeah.
mean, if but also at the same time, if you're watching, Tom's original trilogy that he filmed, it's like you go from the first one to the second one, and he went through two whole Avengers movies in between that time. Like Tony's dead, and like he was snapped away. He fought Thanos, all that. Like there was a lot that went down.
But exactly. But was Far From Home talking about like, hey guys, I'm back from the dead?
Yeah,
Not
kind of.
really.
His whole class was blipped away, but
It did.
others weren't. And yeah, there was different moments in that where they were discussing of how that was the whole that was the first movie that like dealt with the aftermath of the blip in the greater MCU.
Oh, like when they went back to school in the first half, the first third of the movie,
Yeah.
I think.
Hmm.
Oh, I don't watch Far From Home that much. I forget
I don't think you've
what
watched
goes
it
down
since
in
our
that first half.
commentary, sir.
Um, but yeah, interesting. When did we do that comment? Was that before No Way Home?
Yeah, that would have been circa 2021. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I definitely have not watched it since. But have you watched it since 2021? What about you, motherfucker?
I've watched people watch it. I've watched people review it. And I'm familiar enough with the plots running. Thank you very much,
Wow.
sir. Also, I feel like there's a delay between us. Every time I
Okay.
talk, there's like a 10-second gap.
Yeah, I think that's because of the sharing thing. But
Okay.
I wanted to watch I wanted to watch the explosion. So I wanted to get that, then we can exit out of here.
All right.
Um I wonder if there's a good shot.
Yeah.
Um
Spider-Man news is a good source for all the stuff that's coming out.
can't, I guess we can just look at this.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right. I should probably do that soon. Okay. Oh yeah, you're right. Great catch, great catch. So yeah, this is one of the Spider-Man photos. Oh yeah, we got to talk about Spider Punk. That was insane for a second there.
Yeah.
Um,
Man.
but yeah, can't find the full video. Is this cool? Um, because I was shocked they were actually doing like these, and granted, these are more so controlled explosions, but it's
Mhm.
still pretty insane that they're doing this again out in the open, doing all this kind of crazy stuff.
Yeah.
With Spider-Man filming. I love all this practicality because we have seen Spider-Man like set photos, filming throughout the
Yeah.
previous trilogy, but they kind of like focused in on recently filming in London for a lot of their scenes. It feels really cool to
Yeah.
actually have them back in New York filming a lot of scenes in New York. Um,
That's
it's
true.
pretty cool.
That is true. It is funny, however, right now they're not in New York filming. It is set in New
Are
York, but
they? Is this London still?
no, well, it's Glasgow. Last I heard.
Oh, Glass. Where the fuck is Glasgow? Is
I
that
think it's Scotland, is it?
Scotland? Oh, so it's in the same area, right? Isn't that Sorry for all the London viewers out there, but they're in the UK area.
Yeah,
Um,
I think it's a little north. But yeah, um, I do want to like
yeah.
speak on the practicality of the swinging, because this is like first and foremost, this is a new thing for
Mm,
Tom's movies, because like direct quote from John Watts is like it was just like it's he doesn't believe practical swinging looks good, and it's just not practical and achievable. But Destin said, "Fuck that shit, I'm gonna do it," and he's doing it in like such a way I didn't even consider possible. Because we'd seen some practical swinging before in like the first Amazing Spider-Man movie. They do that like that moment where he's like swinging underneath the bridge over the traffic was a practical moment of onset swinging for a Spidey, which is really cool. But what I find was so captivating about this is the fact that he's swinging on a crane, and the crane is on a truck that is driving down the street, so that when
damn, what
they
about
end
the
up
light?
comping that in, he's going to be swinging back and forth, but he's actually moving through the buildings, which I think is just stellar option. We're good to get on it.
Sorry, my thing closed out.
All good. We could chat. I've already seen them.
Yeah, I'm good.
Let me try them. Be right back.
Okay. Sorry, what were you saying now? You saying about the whole John Watts of it all? Oh, he coming back. But yeah, I think Nathan was talking about the whole John Watts comment about swinging and the practicality of it, which was very funny in hindsight. I didn't even know John Watts made that comment. I might have talked about it or commented on it in 2021, but that's pretty insane. You're talking about the whole John Watts comment, right?
Yeah, I was basically saying like he gave advice to the next whoever the next Spider-Man director was going to be. Like the idea of practical swinging you think is going to be like amazing, but like he says it doesn't look good and it's not. It's not a good function. But Destin's like I'm not. Can't stop me. I directed Shang-Chi. I can
Yeah.
make this shit look good. And sure enough, I think he is because again, this is not something I consider was even possible, but like, yeah, obviously he's on a crane, he can go back and forth, but like they're actually like on a truck on a crane that is driving down the street through the building. So like when you end up comping him into the footage or like taking out the rig, it's actually gonna look like Spider-Man swinging through the fucking buildings. That's practically that's insane and amazing.
It's wonderful to see. I absolutely love it. I get what John Watts is saying. As a director, it is difficult. It's insanely difficult to do
Sure.
this. But again, I just love the commitment that Destin is doing it. You're right. He said like basically fuck it, and he's just having it be fully practical, going through the streets with the truck and the practical swinging. And is this mostly Tom, by the way, doing this, or is Tom stunt double as well
I
doing
think
this?
I think it's a mixture of both. Like Tom does do stunts, but he does have a stunt double on set as well. And I did see photos of the stunt double in the suit on the set as well.
Okay.
So they're both working in tandem. What I do like really like about this is where's it going? Yeah, the so we've talked about like recently we were on a big Superman kick and we were revisiting Christopher Reeve and like we were like really sold on the practicality
Yes.
of like his flying on set because it wasn't just like oh it's he's like up and he like moves around like he's actually like banking when he's like on on the curves of things, and it like really adds to the nature of bringing it to life. Here with the practical swinging, I was like studying. I was like, how is this guy moving? Like, is it just going to be like zip, zip back and forth? But like, he's actually like he's arching and swinging into like the different movements and like making sure you throw your arm out to throw the web before you switch to the angle. And like he like I even saw like in the we saw in that still from the explosion, like they're like banking forward, like their entire like legs like crouched up into like the fucking balls of their body like swing. It's insane. Like the practicality of the physicality is off the charts. Like they're really committed to making this look good, and I think Destin has a great eye for this, and I think it's gonna look great.
I think it's going to look phenomenal, and especially it's going to look specifically just natural. Other Spider-Man swinging like we've seen, it looks really good. It looks solid. You know, I think back to the beginning of No Way Home when him and Zendaya are swinging. It looks fun. It looks cool.
Yeah,
But like I'm very curious to see like we're able to see like the behind the scenes them actually film it exactly like how you're saying it. I really want to
yeah,
see how that looks like on screen after all the visual effects to see if it looks as natural and like full of effort that like we're seeing in the behind the scenes photos here. It looks really nice.
totally, man. We've come a long way from the first Spider-Man movie where like that shot where Chris Dust is like hanging on the Spider-Man, but it's like a mannequin that's still, and her hair is blowing in the
Yeah,
wrong direction.
it's hilarious. It's hilarious. What else I was going to mention is like we're seeing these practical swinging, but how is it going to look like in action? That's like we know Destin is like the action in Shang-Chi is incredible. It's some of the best action in the entire MCU. We see the
Mhm.
practical swinging, but how is it going to look like in an action sequence when he's fighting against Scorpion? Like how is he going to adjust?
Um,
Is that going to turn to CGI a lot of the time, or is that going to be as practical as this like chase sequence seems to be? That's
Good
what has me
question.
super excited.
Oh, totally. I think it's
Yeah,
dependent on the
me too.
situation. I think it's also the magic of editing, is being able to pick and choose like what you could have practically, and then like switching between a real actor and a digital double. Because I'm sure like there's going to be a lot of intricacy moving through Scorpion's tail is the main like thing to dodge around. And it might be in closed spaces, it might be going through rooftops. It all depends. I mean, obviously, you think the Shang-Chi and like Simu Liu isn't like really like running on those rings down that dragon, but it's a lot of other things he is doing for real. So it's all circumstantial, and we shall see. But I think he has like a good eye for blending what to do. And I also don't think anything's going to go as like gigantic as the finale of Shang-Chi was. So I think whatever they decide to do is very much going to be in the wheelhouse. Unless like if we get Hulk in the movie, then that's a whole other can of worms. But we'll see.
Yeah, that's exciting. Anything else from the Spider-Man? Oh yeah, before how much impact do you think? We're going to keep asking ourselves this question, but
Mm.
how much impact do you think Zendaya's MJ and Ned Leeds? How are they going to have an impact on this movie? Do you think they'll just save it for the third act, like I kind of think that, or more interspliced in the movie? What is your hunch as of August 2025?
My hunch has been I don't think they're going to necessarily pull a. Well, actually, I think they might pull a Dune, because even though like she only like really showed up at the end of that movie, she was kind of like alluded to in dreams throughout. And I
Yeah.
think it'll be fairly consistent here. I think Peter will like maybe he's passing by a place where they walked by once, and like he sees the memory of them walking together, but it's just like a faint, quick blip in his mind, stuff like that, or like going past old Midtown, or hearing about or past that coffee shop at the end, and maybe she's like in MIT for the school year, so she's not at the shop anymore, and maybe he's standing inside the shop and he's
Oof.
like sits there while she's not there. Things like that is what I could picture happening until I think there will be a scene where they do accidentally bump into each other, and obviously his whole world like freezes, but she barely recognizes this one customer she had that one time.
Because she forgets all memories of Peter Parker, right? Her
Yep.
she forgets all memories of that, right? Yeah.
Yeah, she forgot all
Um,
memories, though. A lot of people speculate there might be like something like in the recesses because she's still wearing the necklace that he got her.
Yeah.
that's that romantic in us.
Yeah, I would love the hell out of that. Like if they meet, it's like, oh, yeah, you remind me of somebody like I used to know, or it's like their innate love like triggers something, and she starts to remember. Like I would love the hell out of that. Same thing for
Yeah.
Ned too. It's just like I would love for them to connect. Having said that, though, I still I would love it if it's more so at the end of the movie. I said this in a previous podcast, but I'll
Mhm.
say it again. Like I would want like the Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol of it all, where it's like you end it and it's just like, oh, he's just like overlooking the distance and he sees her, kind of like when Ethan sees Julia, like I'm always watching
Yeah.
you. We can't be together, but like play like the classic sad music. Like I would eat that up. I would eat that up. But
Yeah,
hopefully,
man.
like maybe there's a new love interest. Maybe I don't know if his love interest is going to be Sadie Sink in this movie, or just they're just going to be friends
Mm.
or frenemies or something along those lines. But you
I,
never
f-
know.
I, f- I forget where it was, but I'm pretty sure like some sort of character description for her involvement was released somewhere. I don't know if officially or if it was like a scoop thing, but
Oh,
I
do you
think like
remember
the
it?
idea, from what I'm like remembering, she's not a love interest, but I think she is like a new friend that ends up being an important character revealed later, like by the end of the film. And some people were theorizing she may be like an alternate version of Terry Osborn's character in this placement, which could then lead to a potential like different type of Norman in place. Um, those
I would
possibility of
I would
things.
like that.
Yeah,
You know,
I
you
would
know, you
like
know
that.
me. Like I would
Yeah,
love that.
sure. I would like that over her being like, oh, she is also a Mary Jane, not Michelle Jones. Like, shut up, don't do that. That's very disrespectful. Especially
Yeah,
if Tom, who is now a producer on these films, and then if Zendaya is also in this, I would just be disrespectful as hell. They wouldn't do that.
yeah.
I still had the theory that she would be playing one of the first two iterations of the character Jackpot, who MJ goes on to taking that mantle of. She's the third Jackpot in the comics, but this isn't one for one comic development.
Yeah. I still really liked your jackpot idea. Jackpot was a hero, right, or a villain, or started out as a villain, became a hero, kind of thing.
I think they're both hero. I think the second one might have been reluctant to take on the mantle, but did it in favor of the first one, if I'm remembering correctly. But either way, both of them were in the Brand New Day run, which this is maybe like loosely basing off of. So we'll see what comes to fruition. A lot of people have also fan casted her the idea of that she may be playing Firestar from Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends. I 0% chance she's Jean Grey. I just do not see that. Not that she would be a bad casting, it's just not in this movie. And we also know
She
by
would have
Feige
been
that
an excellent Jean.
yeah, we also know like
Yeah,
from Feige's comments like we're not getting new X-Men casting until after Secret Wars anyway.
which makes sense. Oh yeah, I forgot we didn't even talk about that comment. But yeah, like he said about we're not getting any X-Men casting until after Secret Wars, which lines up to like I think that was our last podcast, or at least the one before our Fantastic Four
Yeah.
review, where we
Uh-huh.
said like the first X-Men movie would come out like in 2028, like the year after Secret Wars,
Secret
probably
Wars.
like that May or July 2028 slot, probably.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, that's what it looks like.
totally. I could
Um,
absolutely say that.
but yeah, so what else is there? Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Um, oh yeah, so and this came out just today. Spider-Man related Spider
Hmm.
Punk with
Yeah.
our boy Spider Punk from of course, the animated Spider Verse movies. Daniel Kaluuya played him in Across the Spider Verse. Um, this sounds amazing. What are your thoughts on this? Like, I would love to see this get fast tracked.
Yes, this is phenomenal. I think he was like the standout side character from the recent Spider Verse installment. Daniel included not only did such a phenomenal job in that performance, but also I'm hearing that he's involved in the writing process of this, which I think is really cool.
Oh, he's in the writing process as well. So he's
I
like
think
writing and
so.
producing probably.
Yeah, I think from the official like the deadline tweet had said he's in that realm.
Wow, that's really awesome. Um, I mean, this is fantastic news. I think, of course, mini spiel, but like the animated Spider-Man movies are just phenomenal. When people talk about like, some of the best, just plain movies in general, not just comic movies, but like I adore Into the Spider-Verse, and I loved Across the Spider-Verse even more.
Mhm.
I'm just in love with these movies. Beyond the Spider-Verse is, of course, coming out in what July 2027 at this rate.
Yeah,
So hopefully they can fast track this movie. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, some people were saying that like this is the first Spider-Man spin-off movie, but it's not. Like, remember back in 2019, either 2019 or 2020, it was a
yeah,
year after Into the Spider-Verse. We were talking about Spider-Gwen getting her spin-off movie. Amy Pascal, you talked about this. Uh, Spider Gwen spinoff, the Spider Woman spinoff with Spider Gwen, Spider
yeah,
Woman, Jessica Drew, and then Silk. All three of them having their
yeah.
Spider Woman spinoff film. That would have been amazing. It
Would
is
have been
based
great.
off of the what's it called? I guess I think it's just called the Spider Woman run. It's within
Hmm.
the Spider Gwen comic run, the OG Spider Gwen comic run, where there
Yeah,
was like 5 issues in a row talking, and it was like crossover issues between Silk, Spider Woman, and Spider Gwen, and they all had kind of like a mini event where they had to go into Spider Gwen's universe, help out with her villain, and then it was just it was like a trio thing. It was really cute, really fun, and I think
yeah,
that's kind of like what we could see, especially after the events of Across the Spider Verse, where Spider
yeah.
Gwen and Jessica Drew has such a unique relationship. I think Silk coming into the party will be really cool. I don't think Silk is going to be in
Mm,
Beyond the Spider Verse, but just we could still get an
yeah.
animated Spider Gwen movie. I really would really want that.
Totally, and even like right now, there's the live action Spider Noir series coming to Amazon, with Nicolas Cage back in the role. Um,
Yeah.
that's a whole other thing, which is really cool. We also know, any Silk fans watching, she's popping up in the next Insomniac Spider-Man story along Miles.
Nathan, oh my god, how did I totally forget that? That was great because I think did you were you calling Silk? Because I remember we were playing it together.
Uh,
Did you call Silk as we were playing, or were we both surprised? I forget how the order of events played out there.
I don't. I think I was. I don't think I was as surprised as I was amped to get guess right, but I think I was like guessing like haphazardly, along with like who what might be teased at the end. Like what would we get? Is like I theorized.
Yeah.
I don't even know what was the context of like us to be guessing stuff, but I was like maybe we get teased Morgan Goblin stuff, which I think they did, and it's like maybe Carnage we got in the DLC. Uh,
Yeah.
and then, but I think of like thinking like other Spider people. We were like, do they do Gwen? I don't know. Maybe not because they're already doing the movie. It's just Silk would be interesting. Other Spider people would be cool. And lo and behold,
Yeah. I, I actually because when we were playing the game, spoiler alert for Spider-Man 2 on the PS5, whatever. Um, but throughout the game, is it Aunt May or which one is it's either Aunt May or not, Aunt May is dead actually, but
mm.
Miles' mom is going out with somebody new, and we were like,
Yes,
is that
that's
husband or is
okay.
that boyfriend going to be relevant or not? And then you called
That's
it
what we
right.
were
I said
guessing
he's
off
relevant.
of. That's what we were guessing off of. I think we were guessing like who could this person be? Is it Carnage? Oh
Yeah.
fucking like any of those things. Um, like what villain have they yet to touch that this could be? Or no, I think he was just around, and I think we saw him, but I was like, is he gonna be somebody? Like, is he gonna be a villain? Is he gonna be somebody? And then lo and behold, I think they said his last name was Moon, and I was like, Evan, and then right around the corner, Cindy walks up. I think from behind. I don't think they have the full design yet, but it was really cool. I need to ask Evan as soon as he hops back in. If you heard that Tombstone is also going to be in potentially in No Way Home, according to rumor, that'd be interesting. Let's see what we're thinking here. He'll be back. Why would I dare continue the show by myself when I could just wait for Evan? The better speaker between the two of us, no matter like how much I ramble about Spider-Man. But we'll see in a second. I'm super excited to see like all this. It really does feel crazy to have like. I mean, I've gone through like experiencing the filming of all of Tom's Spider-Man movies, but it just feels so crazy to think like, man, even getting past the era of No Way Home was such a long time, and now we're in this era of Brand New Day, like a whole new other
My
production
bad.
started. No worries. I was gonna bring up this
My
one
bad
little
there.
thing.
But yeah,
Um, in regards to a Brand New Day, there was also a rumor going
go
around
ahead.
that potentially the character Tombstone is going to be popping up in this film as well. Which is, he's not like a super big part of like an overarching story usually, so I feel like it will be plenty interesting to check out. But it's hey, cool, another thing.
Uh, I wouldn't mind Tombstone being in this whatsoever. I mean, if that is the case, Scorpion and Tombstone, we got both those characters
Yeah,
in the first season. That's pretty wild if that is going to be the case. I
absolutely.
would love it though. It is
It
street
would
level.
it would be great, and also like I think it would make a great to just like do what they did in that show as well, which is their rival gangs and like having different gang wars happen for Spider-Man to deal with amidst his isolating time as Spider-Man, filling his time as Spider-Man instead of focusing on his Peter Parker life, dealing with all these things. I think is a smart play.
Yeah, I completely agree. I mean, that's how you kind of do it. Focusing on the gang stuff, focusing on the street level crime focused era. Even like again, we haven't mentioned it yet, but like we don't know if the Daily Bugle, Peter's time working there, now that it's all modern, it's not going to be like as like newspaper oriented. But with the
Mm,
crime focus, we could see him, using his resources, actually doing some like research. Like that would be really fun. Like, could we haven't
yeah,
seen Peter do that kind of stuff. It's always been like, let me ask like somebody, let me ask some tech based super, other kind of focused things. But like, yeah, I would love to see some
yeah,
Daily Bugle, some research focused Spider-Man stuff going on there.
totally. And I think I'd said on one of the previous streams, but I'm hopeful that per the new like main streamed out timeline post Secret Wars that we'll get Peter in a Daily Bugle setting that is classic newspaper because as I would said at that time as well, we just got back to like Superman working at Daily Planet and it is full blown like newspaper and it's like well, we accept that just fine because it's just like it's a fictional world we're watching and it's entertaining.
That's a good point. That's a good point. But like, I think I would love to see that, but they kind of like ruined it already. I don't think we can go back to that newspaper oriented life with the way they established the Daily Bugle in the first three movies. It's
Barely,
seemingly more
barely
like
established.
it's barely established, but like we're seeing a lot of like not talk show. How do I phrase it? But it's just like it doesn't seem like this is the kind of world where it's like newspaper oriented. We're seeing J. Jordan Jameson on the fronts of like billboard screens talking like he's the Daily Show with Jon Stewart or something. It's
Right.
like I'm not getting the vibe that it's like a newspaper oriented infrastructure. If you
Well,
catch my drift.
yeah, that's why I would imagine you could do that post the timeline reset where like things could be slightly different. Like I don't think you would
Oh,
get that
post
in
time
this
reset.
movie.
Yeah.
It probably would still be like the same like streaming headline things if they decide to get J.K. Simmons back. But yeah, I feel like that's something
Yeah.
they would do post reset. I also wonder if they would pick a different Jameson post reset because how long are we gonna have J.K. do this for? This question.
That's a oh man, that's a sad, deep question.
It is. I love him, and I know he could
I
keep
mean,
going.
I
But
I would love it.
yeah,
Yeah.
but I also would
What are you
like
saying?
him to look. I would also like him to look more like he did in the Raimi films if he kept going than how he looks now, because it's just like such a disconnect. Because it's he looks so great as Jonah in the trilogy.
He looks phenomenal. He looks great. I would like that vibe to come back, but
Yeah.
I doubt we're gonna get that anytime soon. For some reason, I just don't think they know how to utilize J. Jonah Jameson that well, at least in the past trilogy. But like maybe that's Destin's secret sauce. Maybe he knows a way that they can use him again in a more active format. I guess I don't know. It's just
Yeah.
like I don't need to see him, yelling in our TV screens or on billboards anymore. Like Peter has still hasn't met him like face to face. That's the kind of interaction I would love to see. But yeah,
Yeah.
post Secret Wars, we could see him be completely different, which I wouldn't mind. Like, you know,
Yeah.
there's plenty of good Jay Jonas out there that could work besides who we got now.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think I would like to see the relationship of Peter and Jonah develop a lot better, because he's kind of like got it out for Spider-Man in No Way Home, but it's like what dynamic have you two shared in this universe thus far? Not really much of anything. We're just kind of like playing the archetype right now, but you haven't like actually spelled anything out.
Yeah, yeah, they don't have any real dynamic. It's just like, oh, he hates Spider-Man a lot for some unknown reason. It's not
Yeah,
my vibe, but again, hopefully they change that with this next arc, 4, 5, and 6.
totally.
Okay, so what else do we have here? Spider Punk. Oh, um, Netflix considering not one but two sequels for K-pop Demon Hunters, which was pretty massive. And of course, it's Netflix. We're in our this day and age. They want to do a freaking live action remake as well. Now,
Right.
I think the more likely scenario here, before it gets all doom and gloom, the more likely scenario is that like they're immediately going to do the two animated sequels, and
Mm-hmm.
then the live action remake might come later, way down the line. But hopefully, after they do the two sequels, they'll realize we don't really need to do the live action remake. People weren't effing with that idea, and it was
Sure.
under consideration, but it might not actually be a thing. But I think the two sequels is like a guarantee because
Mhm.
they definitely want a trilogy on their hands with this one, no doubt in my
Oh
mind.
yeah, absolutely. I would love a trilogy. I would also love a TV series animated. As much of this as I can get, not just for like the fun adventure of our main trio, but like you can expand the lore in so many different settings like that. Whether it's through
Hell
a
yeah.
full trilogy or through a whole show. Honestly, if you want to scratch that live action itch, I think it would be more smart to get real K-pop bands to collaborate and do like music videos that are themed around, or even have them dress similarly as the characters to run
Wow.
congruent, and that would be like great cross promotion not only
Wow.
for the series brand but also for the musicians to just spread everything together. Like that's genius marketing right there, to get like all your things together in one.
I would love that a lot. I mean, like even right now, we're having tons of K-pop artists doing voiceovers, doing I don't even know what it's called. I guess it's called collaborations. I think Arden Cho, the
Hmm.
voice of Rumi,
Yeah.
was doing like a collaboration with another K-pop artist on Golden or one of their other songs.
Yeah, they
So
have
definitely
the
viable.
totally their big song in this one of their big songs, Takedown, in the movie has a cover
You're
by
right.
a real K-pop band named Twice, who plays during the credits, and they're featured in the credits as well. So yeah, they already have the collaboration going from the jump. And I imagine more will want
Yeah,
to hop in from the
that'll be
success. Even online right now, K-pop groups that weren't
yeah.
involved with the movie are like doing like trends based off of this existing property, because it's garnered not so much popularity, but also it's genuinely just such an infectious and enjoyable uh, piece of art that was been created. This K-pop Demon Hunters, it's wonderful.
It's absolutely insane. Like again, when this movie, I think I saw the first trailer back in like March, and
Mm,
I texted my brother. I was like, "Oh, Jay Leonard, you're gonna love this movie." I might not watch it. The animation looks cool, whatever, and then it
mhm,
completely blows up. And I was getting ready to watch it like the weekend it came out, anyways. But
yeah,
holy shit, I was just not prepared for the level of like blowing up this movie was going to be. It is now, as of today, it is the what is
fourth,
it? I think it's the fourth
yeah,
most watched Netflix original movie
original thing,
in general,
yeah,
which is just
yeah,
insane.
and I
It's
helped.
just mind blowing to me.
Yeah, it's a wonderful time. I
Yeah,
have, we both have the
a
same
little bit.
qualms with the ending, and I think we had an agreement of how it could be fixed, and hopefully we can get an expansion on that in some sequels. But like even with like my gripes of like those decisions, I can still rewatch it, and I have such a great time. Even as I'm watching the decisions where I'm like, oh, I wouldn't have done that. I'm still having a great time because it's so infectious. The music is so vibrant. The animation is gorgeous, and the main characters are so great. Like they're so developed so well, and I want to see so much more of them.
Yeah, I think I liked the movie more having revisited it with you. And even
Yeah.
though I do have like exactly the same issue that you did, like
Mm.
I still found more to love. And even with the issue, the issue that we're talking, Nathan and I were talking about, like spoiler alert for K-pop that everybody has seen. But like
Yeah.
in the third act, when Jinu,
Gino. Yeah.
yeah, Jinu, um, thank you. When he sacrifices himself, I'm like, not the best look, and the complete switch over to like, okay, all demons got to go. It's like, what's the lesson they're supposed to be learning here with
Yeah.
demons? But hopefully, as tons of people have already said, like hopefully the sequel obviously goes into Rumi's past with her mother and father. What exactly happened there? And
Yeah.
two, you know, reconciling with the demon, you know, the demon side. Like they can't be all
Yeah.
bad. Most of them look like pretty not pitiful, but just like pretty helpless. Like, okay,
Yeah.
this big evil guy is like lording over us, and he's literally inside their minds, so they're
Yeah.
completely helpless. So I'm very curious to see what happens there. And thirdly, we could see the return of Genu. Now,
Yeah.
for some reason, people are upset. Like, I think by putting Genu in the sequel, it would devalue the ending. And I'm like, I'm on
Shut
the
up.
complete opposite end of that. Like, that's not going to happen. It's not going to devalue
There's
the ending. It's like it's going to
yeah.
elevate the ending, if anything.
We also just like don't have like fully expanded lore in this world yet, so like we could introduce so many things.
We
On
don't.
my rewatch, I found it interesting that like Genu effectively gives his reborn soul to Rumi, and just as that happens, she's able to like activate her sword, and I'm like, is his spirit in the blade? I like think that would be really cool, and maybe we can reincarnate him somehow. But also, fourthly, we had figured like we
Yeah.
need to have bigger development with Celine realizing that her methods of having Rumi hide who she truly is not good, and
Yeah.
she needs to accept who she is, both sides of her.
1,000
Crazy.
a million%. Say that again. 1,000 a million%. Celine is one of the characters, the only character that I have major gripe with in the story, because it's like she comes in as like this not overbearing, but just like she establishes what's wrong with Rumi in the first
Yeah,
act of the movie. So by
I saw Frozen.
the third act, we're supposed to believe like, oh, she'd be the one to like, she's the only one who knows her secret and can like give her words of wisdom, but she does the exact opposite, which is again pretty baffling. So hopefully the sequel, hopefully she can be a gateway to like what happened with her mom and her dad, because Celine is her aunt, so
Yeah,
she
because
would have all the answers.
they have that
But yeah,
fallout.
I also, oh yeah, go
Uh,
ahead.
but yeah, like they have that fallout, and then like we never see Celine again the rest of the movie. So I'm like, yeah, I definitely you need some closure there as well.
Yeah, she's completely gone.
Yeah,
Yeah, but my thing is, and this specifically for like the third act. Celine, like you said, Celine disappears, but she could be an effective tool to learning about her past, but also learning about other, and this could be a TV show kind of thing as well, but like learning about past demon hunters as well. Like rewatching the movie, it's just it like really intrigues me seeing like the evolution of these demon hunters from like early on back in the
yeah,
like when the demons first came into being, into what we get now. It's like that could be very, very fascinating, and a TV show could actually, I doubt they'll do this. I think the TV shows can be more so about like the the K-pop band that we get in this trilogy, but also
yeah,
if they could be something, they could do something unique and actually give us like past K-pop demon hunters,
yeah.
possibly create like an anthology kind of thing. That would be kind
Yeah,
of cool.
you could have them like reading like ancient texts of like the stories of them, and like they open a book at the beginning and start reading, and then we like spend the episode
Bingo.
in that time period. And maybe they could do a thing where like every like little bit of like looking into like the past of these groups doing this one thing can like build toward a greater story of the trio that we know going toward a bigger threat, and then using that knowledge to defeat it.
Yeah, I mean that seems. I mean that sounds very Star Warsy. I mean that happens a lot in Star Wars comics as well, where you have like
Mm.
Luke Skywalker reading a book about like what happened in the past, and then that'll spiral into
Who's Joe Costa new?
what he
Oh,
has to
okay.
defeat in the present.
Yeah.
You're not wrong there. I mean, that's the beauty of like anthology and like other crazy science fiction stories. But yeah, I just think the, what do you call it? Like the well is wide open for what Netflix could do with K-pop demon hunters. Oh, what I forgot to mention is, I think right now, me and my Oscar brain, I could see K-pop demon hunters potentially being a best animated feature winner by
It's
the
my
end of the
pick.
year with its massive global appeal. Like
Yeah.
I think the only, like for right now, like from January to August, I would give K-pop Demon Hunters the win, even though I went to go see Bad Guys last week, Bad Guys 2 last week, and that was phenomenal. That was a great,
Oh,
great, great movie. Um, but I don't think the Academy vibes with the Bad Guys movies. I don't know,
no.
and it's just not going to have that much like sensation as K-pop Demon Hunters. Um,
Yeah.
but like I think only what do you call it? The only obstacles to K-pop Demon Hunters not being a best animated feature winner could be just two movies. Zootopia
Mm.
2, which is going to be
Mm.
massive, probably
Is that
hit
this
$1
year?
billion. Um or what?
Is that this year?
Yeah, I think it's what's the date? Like the first or no? Yeah, it's the third week in November. Because
Oh,
it's in that same week of Wicked 2.
okay.
So we're gonna get some a lot of music that day. Um, but also Mamoru Hosoda's movie Scarlet, which I personally can't wait to see. Scarlet is this big anime movie coming out December 12th in the States, and
Mm.
that's going to be big for anime fans because Mamoru hosted a. He's done classic movies like Summer Wars, which I just saw last week as well. He's done the OG Digimon movies, which were great.
Ooh.
Most recently, he did Bell, which came out like 2019, 2020, 2021, something around that time. And that was very well received by the Academy as well. So, and Scarlet is like, I think it's getting like a not world premiere, but like a US premiere at like the Venice Film Festival. So it's getting some like a big like awards worthy film festival like packages for that movie. But again, those are basically the only two movies. If Scarlet comes out and it's not that well received, if Zootopia comes out and that's not well received, I can see a big world where K-pop Demon Hunters not only gets like nominated and wins Best Animated Feature, it should. I don't know about you, Nathan, but like Best Original Song of the Year, Golden maybe, or any of the songs from Demon Hunters,
Any of
right?
them? Yeah, I think it's probably the Golden is like their. I think it's their most played track, and it's also like the one that reprises the most throughout the score. So it probably would be Golden. I love
Yeah.
all the songs. I really love the first song, and the Your Idol song is so catchy to me.
uh, what's the song that the boy band plays that's so catchy that I don't really love that much, but it is very catchy.
Soda Pop,
Um,
yeah,
that could be one too. Um,
yeah.
Soda Pop, yeah, exactly.
Takedown's really good too.
So
Takedown
that
is
could
like
be a
great
thing.
as like a battle anthem, and it's also like if you take the lyrics personally, it hurts. But yeah.
Yeah, it goes hard. And my personal favorite, the duet in the middle between Jinu
Oh,
and Rumi. That's also very
that's
well done.
that's really. I always like forget about it, and then when it hits, I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. This is the best ship. Can I have it back, please?
Again, I would be shocked. I would be shocked
An
if they don't
apology.
bring back um, Genu for the sequel. Like, like if Genu doesn't come back for the sequel, I'll be beyond shocked. I mean, because this audience, this movie, and I know the director, like romance is integral to these kinds of movies, and I would like. What's the intriguing? Like, I know you have like your classic trio, and that can persist for two more movies, but come on, we come here for romance. So
I
please give it
I
to us. I would love it.
I know we joked about like I can't believe I've been Ben Solo twice in the same decade, uh, but also
Yeah.
when he gives his soul to her, I'm like thinking like I read the fucking Tross novelization. This is one for one. Don't do this to me.
It's not great, Bob. It's not great. Um, like you said, to end this discussion too, but like, um, the lore is not set for this world.
Right.
There's so much like opportunity for Genu to come back. He literally gives her a soul, goes into the sword. You can have it come out of the sword, and it'll be perfectly fine, or some
Yeah.
weird demon light crap that could easily work.
Yeah.
So
You have
yeah,
the soul
again, the
that
more I
Gene
think about this
died
movie, the more I
freed.
like it.
Totally.
Yeah, exactly. Um, so that could definitely work there. Nathan, also, I guess we can end the podcast on some horror news. Not the horror podcast that you are so eagerly going to set up there. Um,
Let's go
but
cinema with an S.
um, that is comedy. But
It can
A
happen.
Quiet Place
Just sit down and
3
watch with
is
me.
finally confirmed. I'm down to do it. This is never, I don't know. It could happen. I don't know. It's not on me. You're doing like 20
Um,
things.
all right. Yes, this is true.
Yeah.
All right. Let's shoot for October. Let's do one in October. A pilot. Let's see where it goes.
Let's see where that goes. I'm down for that. But yeah. So A Quiet Place 3 comes out July 2027. How excited for this are you? And um, my big question: is there going to be a time skip? And did the is there going to be a time skip from the events of A Quiet Place 2? I kind of forget how that ends. I just remember them being like at a satellite tower. Um, but I don't know what happens. Do you remember
Uh,
what happens?
to my remembrance, I believe they were able to reach a comms tower and basically use the defense of the high pitch from the hearing aid to deter the aliens, which effectively exploits their weakness. And I think the hope is that getting it on a national broadcast level of other people tuned in and seeing that affect the other aliens will give more of a widespread knowledge to humanity a fighting chance to take back the world from them. And hopefully we could see uh, a resurgence of bouncing society back from the apocalypse.
That could be, yeah, interesting. I mean, that sounds like something that could definitely work. The more you talked about that, I'm like,
Mm,
could I mean, granted, I think A Quiet Place 3 is probably going to be the end of the trilogy for John
sure.
Krasinski, but like, could we see them even possibly wipe out these aliens if more people know about the sound weakness? Is it even possible for them to like wipe this out? Because I remember A Quiet Place Part One, or I mean at least the prequel. I forget what it's called. Day One,
Hmm.
Day Zero.
Yeah.
Um, that kind of revealed more about like how they came here, a little bit about like their whole what was it, egg or like birthing scenario. So that tie
Yeah.
that into A Quiet Place Part 3, more people learning about the sound of it all, it could be the end of it. I don't know if that means like completely wiping them from the face of the earth, sending them back. I have no idea. But I think John Krasinski would want to kind of like conclude this on an uplifting note. These movies aren't that like dour and depressing. So, but I don't know. It could just end like freaking The Mist for all we know, and it's just like a dark
Oh
ending.
God.
But we
Oh.
never know.
No, I think yeah, I think John's films, specifically the first two, do tend to end on a more uplifting note, even if there is a some tragic elements just before the ending itself, whether that's losing the father or the whole like peaceful island getting ransacked by the aliens following along. Um, they do tend to like triumph in the end and like, okay, well, we found the weakness, we can defend ourselves, and then realizing, oh, we can broadcast this noise and like inform other people that it's possible. So I think you could see like the best of both worlds come the third installment, which is like we can finally like push back against this and take back the day. Even Day One, which I adore, Quiet
Yeah,
Place Day One so much. I think it might be my favorite of them. I have to rewatch them again because they're all really great. But like that, even though it was mostly just survival in its early days, it does like let you have the character end on her own terms. Um, in this world that was taken away from you in
yeah,
essence. So yeah, I think that's like the greatest like theme throughout all of these.
exactly. Like, and I look at the end of Day One, like you said, not as some kind of dark, dour. Like I wasn't like bawling when the movie ended. I was kind of like, wow, like she went out on her home terms. That freaking sucks. I didn't want that to happen,
Sure.
but if the character found her sense of like peace, then
Yeah.
I'm fine by that as well.
I think
But
it
yeah,
helps that like she
I'm
was
looking
also
forward to this,
already
man. 2027 is looking very, very bright.
totally. I think it did help in Day One that like it wasn't just like she's left behind while Josephine can get away. Like she was already dying. She was like living in pain without her medication. This let her like go on her own terms.
Exactly, on our
So
own terms, for sure. Which is, yeah, and I think I'm with you. I think I would rank the movies personally with probably A Quiet Place Day One, A Quiet Place One, then A Quiet Place Two last a little bit. Even though I think two has some like phenomenal moments, I think emotionally, Day One is just so great and so unique.
Mm.
Quiet Place Part One is just fantastic. Um, just a very good setup, great surprise. Third act is killer.
Yeah.
And then part two, yeah, I like it a lot. Just not as emotionally compelling as the other two. I
From
think that's how I would
remembering,
rank it.
I
But
think I did
yeah,
like the second one more than the first personally. I thought there was like a lot of like rich stuff in it. Killian Murphy was great in
oh,
it too, and I think he lives by the end, so I would like to see him again in the third.
is he alive? Are you serious?
I think so. I remember
Oh,
Jaimin Hunsu doesn't make it in the second
oh,
one, but I think Killian might make it.
yeah. Um, that's interesting. That's interesting. I gotta look that up. It would be crazy to have Killian Murphy come back in two franchises in the same year. Like I think 2027, we could see like 28 years later part three and A
Mhm.
Quiet Place part three in the same year with Killian Murphy. That'd be
Oh
pretty
yeah.
damn awesome. Um, yeah, that's interesting. I think the more I think about it too, I think he does survive. Um,
Mm.
which would be pretty cool. Um,
Oh, yeah.
so yeah, have we watched any movies in this trilogy as well? Have we
No.
commentaried the first one at least?
Nope.
What? That's crazy.
Add it to the
We gotta
list.
do
Put it
that
on the
sometime this
wheel.
year. Let me add that to the list. Um, the invisible wheel, the wheel that we haven't used since I don't
Since
know
2 weeks ago when
last
we
time we
watched
used it.
iRobot, sir.
Was that a wheel thing? I guess it was.
Yeah, I spun between three things and it landed on Sky High, and then we were like, "Oh wait, we watched Sky High 11 months ago. Let's spin it again." Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I forgot all about that. Um, and then lastly, did you watch the trailer for our boy Shelby Oaks, Chris Duckman? What do you think about that?
Ah,
Fantastic trailer.
wonderful, wonderful. I have not watched the trailer, not yet. But I
Oh,
did
you haven't watched the
share.
trailer yet?
Not yet, but I did share it. I'm in like such full support of Chris Stuckman. I have a T-shirt. That is his name on it, for God's sake. But yeah, he's like one of like the best consistent movie lovers I've watched for so many years on. And if anybody deserves this like shot at success, especially of such a high degree of like a huge crowdsource funded horror film with producer Mike Flanagan at your side. Oh my god, like that, what a dream come true. Such a home run for someone who absolutely deserves this.
100%. No spoilers for the trailer at all, but just when it begins, it's like from director and writer Chris Stuckman, from producer Mike Flanagan, and like you said, that's just it's so it's mind boggling. I'm like, this is actually happening come October, and it looks terrifying. It looks very fun,
Mm,
terrifying, creepy. Like we talked about it a few weeks back, or a few months ago now at this point, but how Neon gave so much money to Stuckman and the people making this movie to
yeah,
reshoot the movie, add some more terrifying scenes, go back to those locations to elevate the horror, the setting of it all. And it
yeah,
looks really, really good. Again, the direction looks nice. It's
nice.
chilling. It's horrifying. It's a little bit scary. It just has that like how do I explain? Like it has like that just that not low budget, but just like low scale classic horror where like the
Yeah,
scale isn't super massive. It's like I'm watching the first trailer for like Conjuring, where Conjuring was just basically you're in one house and this family goes crazy. Um,
yeah. You're not looking
and
at
in
like a
here we're kind of getting
giant
the same
adventure
vibe.
set piece. It's like a personal like single location. Like you could easily stumble upon and get freaked out by. Absolutely.
exactly. They're literally in like an old Ohio prison. Like that's it's just it's chilling. It's really cool.
Pete
Um,
David's in it. That's a
so
plus.
I'm just super excited. Yeah, I think I don't know. Yeah,
I don't know if he's in the
big
trailer.
plus.
Yeah.
I don't even remember if he's in the trailer or not. I think he is, but it's hard to remember. Um, but yeah, I'm just super excited. So hopefully everybody watching this, hopefully everybody goes out and supports this. I want this movie to be a huge success. It is coming out the first week in October. There is no, for some reason, there's no Five Nights at Freddy movie in October. They're saving that for December. So here's
Oh,
hoping, like, with the crowd-funded nature of this movie, hopefully like catches on. The best case scenario for this movie is that it kind of plays like what's it called? What was the one last year? Long Legs. Hopefully it
oh,
plays like
yeah,
Long Legs, like a low budget horror, low scale horror that just like goes beyond the masses and just like everybody goes to see it. And it becomes a huge
yeah,
success for Neon. Because I'm already wanting the next Chris Stuckman movie. I know this took him like 5+ years to do, but
yeah,
I'm excited to see what Chris has up his sleeve for his next go round, because he could be one to look out for. And again, I'm overly excited and I want to support it for sure. Um,
absolutely.
yeah, that's about it.
Right on.
Um, I did have as my last show note, Variety had like this super bad MCU ranking,
Oh yeah,
but I can't find my list. I can't find. Let me see if I can find it real quick, because it
I think the
reminded
whole
me of
list
you,
included.
because I know you
Okay,
had.
go on.
I tweeted it or you tweeted it.
No, I think somebody. No, okay, yeah.
There it
Discussing
is.
film has it all. I have it here.
Do you got it?
I do.
Okay, cool. Yeah, yeah. Read that top 10, because I still can't find it.
Oh, just the top 10. Right, you with me? You good? You back?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
I can hear you.
okay. And so just the top 10 you said?
Yeah, yeah. Just that top 10.
All right. Minding
Because
you
I
that
think there was some interesting things.
minding you that Avengers Infinity War is at number 12. uh Number 10 was Loki. Number 9
Oh my god.
number 9's Thor Ragnarok. Number 8 Iron Man. Number 7 Spider-Man No Way Home. Number 6 X-Men 97, if that you can count that. Number 5, Captain America: The Winter Soldier. Number 4, WandaVision. Number 3, Guardians of the Galaxy 1. Number 2, Black Panther 1. And number 1, Avengers Endgame.
This is wild. Yeah, yeah, yeah. This is I finally found it myself as well. This is a wild list, because personally for me, you know, uh, X-Men 97 shouldn't be on here whatsoever. It's not an MCU
No.
product. It's completely different.
They also put Friendly
Just
Neighborhood Spider-Man down at 26, which again I'm like, I don't think these equate.
yeah, not at all. Like it has riffs of the MCU, Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, but it's also
Yeah.
very, 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 very different. Um,
Which I wouldn't,
but
and even
Black
then I
Panther is
wouldn't.
my favorite MCU movie.
Right on.
I love that.
Yeah. Um, it is crazy seeing like some of the options. Yeah, even in like equating, like we really like Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, but they put that below the Guardians Holiday Special, which is fun, but like in terms of like full blown development of like characters and stuff, I don't see that in the
That's
slightest.
that's egregious. Like the holiday special. And Nathan. How
Yeah.
is the holiday special in front of Volume 3. That's nuts.
That
That's
that is
nuts.
that is
That
nuts.
possible?
Like it has a sweet moment with between Peter and Mantis, but come on, everything rocket related like clears half the list. Like hello. Um but yeah, it's also crazy
That's
just seeing
insane.
like what all is like ranked where it is. Like I don't think Moon Knight deserves to be all the way down at 51. Like that's wild to me. Um I know like some people have like their takes on certain things, but yeah, also Fantastic Four all the way at 37 under Black Widow just throws me for a loop, and under like the first
I
Ant-Man, which I had fun with, and I'm
I
like, wow,
disagree with that too.
this is such a crazy list. And as a big defender of Deadpool and Wolverine, like I do not put that above Wakanda Forever. Wakanda Forever is such a rich tale, man. And that's at 20. That's shocking to me.
Where is Deadpool and Wolverine at? I can't find it.
It, it's at number 17, just above Shang-Chi.
Okay.
Um, you heard me.
That's crazy. That's insane.
um,
That's nuts.
and then yeah, uh, wow, yeah, and you know, I used to like Thor Ragnarok a lot more, and I still like it, but you know, in terms of like some seriousness with things, putting it above Guardians 3 or even Guardians 2 does like boggle the brain for me. Um, yeah, it's crazy. I feel like top 5 having
Yeah.
Winter
I mean,
Soldier is like Winter Soldier is
I'm
great,
with
but
you
like
completely.
that also feels like an
Yeah.
example of just like I got to put it as the mandated top 5.
Right? Yeah. Yeah, there's so much with that. Like, first off, like you said, with Thor Ragnarok, I like both Guardians movies way above that. You know,
Hmm.
I would put Shang-Chi above Thor Ragnarok and even the first
Sure.
Avengers, and Winter Soldier as well. Like, I love Winter Soldier, but
Yeah.
probably not above some of these other ones. WandaVision too. WandaVision being that high, wow. Like even if you did include X-Men 97, putting that behind WandaVision is nuts. That's
That's
nuts. Like, what
that,
are we doing here?
yeah. Even like looking at like recent
Wow.
examples, look, we all love Daredevils season 1 through 3. Born Again is quite messy, and putting Thunderbolts right behind it does irk me a little bit.
Yeah, there's no way in hell Thunderbolts is worse than Born Again. Thunderbolts is fantastic. Um,
Yeah, man.
that's interesting. Putting it next to Doctor Strange. I don't know which where I'll go between Doctor Strange and Thunderbolts. I probably go Thunderbolts above Doctor Strange, but I like both those
Yeah,
movies there.
I'm still just shocked that Fantastic Four is down at 37. Like that. What the hell?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, this is one. Fantastic Four is one of your all-time favorite MCU movies now, right? You have that like at number 4 or 5 MCU, right?
It's my number 3. Yeah, it's my number 3
Um,
right now.
so
Um, which is like hella praise. And I know it's like it is wild having like I know like everyone says like their usual like least favorite MCU flicks, and you see a lot of them down here, but like I will say I know a lot of people don't like Thor the Dark World, but I dare you to look me in the face and say you wouldn't rather watch that over Quantumania. Come on now. Like,
yeah, I don't love Thor: The Dark World, but I would confidently put Thor: The Dark World above Quantum Mania, maybe above Love and Thunder as well. Um,
sure.
maybe above the Incredible Hulk as well. Definitely above Echo and Iron Man 2. Maybe I don't know. Thor: The Dark World and Iron Man 2 are kind of in that same realm of just being like okay.
Mm,
Um, Oh, I don't know if we saw it, but what if being above all these other ones too? Like, what if is like, man, season 2 and 3 of What If is just like, well, what are we
there's
doing?
great promise from season 1, 2. went like wacky with some interesting stuff with like Makari and
I
whatnot,
agree.
but like it really does like fumble, the intriguing character of Strange by the end of that, and then 3 was just like, here's the rest of the mixed bags we have, and like collectively, I don't see that. I'm a big proponent of Falcon Winter Soldier. I know like I consistently like reference your problem with the Flag Smashers, and I get that, but like the development of Sam and Bucky in that series is so rich and so well done, especially compared to Brave New World, which they put side by side, which I don't really like equate. Like I really would like put that like above quite a few of these. So that definitely throws me for a loop.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, looking at like
Yeah, I see what
anything
you're
else on
saying
here.
there.
Far From Home's quite high, especially putting it above something like Guardians
Well,
3 does. What?
yeah, I think I can confidently say, Far From Home's like Rotten Tomatoes score, I think it's like in the 90s or in the high 80s or something.
I think so,
And
yeah.
now seeing it here, putting it above Guardians 3 and like above Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. It's like
Yeah.
Doctor Strange, Miss Marvel, even Captain Marvel, even Fantastic Four. Like, what are
Wow.
we doing here? There's no
Wow.
way. That's
I
wild.
mean,
That is wild. I didn't realize that because yeah,
I'll give credit for the Hawkeye series being as high as it is at 21. Like shout out them, but
yeah, I like it.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's just also, like, Ant-Man and the Wasp is,
It is
it's a
funny.
it's a fun enough time, but like at 38 over stuff like if you tell me like Ant-Man and the Wasp or Falcon Winter Soldier, I'm like, look me dead in the face. Like I'm picking Falcon Winter Soldier. That's crazy. Even Moon Knight,
Every
like
day of the
Moon Knight,
week. Every day of the week.
like I know like people have like problems with like the finale of Moon Knight, but like it's a pretty fun time. And that penultimate is really emotional, like really good stuff in Moon Knight.
Yeah, again, like you said, the penultimate episode is probably the best episode in the series. It's very character focused, and that alone I would put over. Again, Echo, the Eternals, maybe the Eternals. I don't know. I like Eternals actually, but definitely
Yeah,
over like Brave New World, for instance. Nathan,
yeah.
where is Black Panther and Endgame on your list?
On my list, let me open it up real quick. I'm pulling it up right now. My MC ranked. Endgame is my
I
number
forgot what
one.
those are.
Endgame is still my number one out
Okay,
of.
so you're in line with variety then, is what you're saying.
I, don't don't put that evil on me. Uh, that said, yeah, stating for the record, I have the first Black Panther at 15, but I have Wakanda Forever at 8.
Oh wow! Oh wow! So I didn't know you liked the second one that much more than the first.
Yeah,
Interesting.
I'm really big into characters going through grief.
You like Nathan, certified sad lover over here. I don't know. I can't do it. It's too sad.
Uh, it's because my whole existence has been sad.
Oh my gosh, it's a different podcast.
So then, yeah, uh, I don't know what else to really add here. I mean, shout out Agatha being as high as
Yeah.
it is too at 16. I thought that was a really good series that came out. But yeah, the inclusion of like the animated series that aren't really like MCU canon proper does not make sense to me on this. And yeah, there's like plenty of choices where I'm like, why is this so low? Why is this so high? Why would you put this right under this thing? And it's all personal preference, but it's like, wow.
Yeah. I don't get it either.
I will say
It
like
doesn't make
one
that much
quick
sense
thing.
to me. Um,
I
but
will
again,
I will say like having Captain
oh yeah, go
Marvel,
ahead,
the
go ahead.
Marvels, and Miss Marvel all bunched together in the 3 feels like whoever ranked this list was just like, I don't know, put them all together, fuck it. Like I don't believe you. I want to hear your reasoning for all of these rankings because I don't buy it.
Exactly. Yeah. Me personally, I would go with what is it called? I would go with Miss Marvel first,
Yeah,
then arguably I think I might have the Marvels over Captain Marvel. I don't
I
know.
think I think so
I did
too.
have a
Probably.
lot of fun watching the Marvels.
Yeah, I think I did that in accordance to my list as well. Yeah, I did. Yeah, they're not like right next to each other, but that is like the hierarchy of it.
Oh wow,
Yeah,
yeah, that's interesting. But yeah, that was just fun because I wanted to take a look at that MCU list because I know you definitely do an MCU ranking. I don't personally do an MCU ranking, but I was looking at the list like if I
yeah.
did do an MCU ranking, it would not look anything like this. And I still don't include the TV shows because the TV
Okay,
shows are just so different. But
sure.
you know,
Yeah,
it
I
is
feel
it
like
is it's just hard for me to compartmentalize all that kind of stuff.
totally, and I feel like anybody who like knows me like and my love for Tom Holland's Spider Man would probably be
Mhm.
shocked to see like how low I have Homecoming and Far From Home in my ranking.
Where's Homecoming Far From Home in your ranking?
Homecoming's at 37. Far From Home is at 39, right above Love and Thunder.
Okay, yeah, that tracks. That
Yeah,
tracks.
and I
Yeah,
have the
I think I would do
Guardians
something
Holiday
similar.
special in
So
between
yeah.
those two.
Oh wow. Um, yeah, the Hard Day special was really sweet. I think
It
that's when we
is.
did our. Did we do a commentary on the holiday special? Right? People can watch
Yeah, we
that.
did. We did it like I think the week Guardians 3 was coming out, or we did it for
Yeah.
Christmas. I don't
So
remember, but we wanted to
go.
do it right before because I hadn't seen it.
Yeah, I hadn't seen it either. Um, but okay, that seems to be about it for your boy. Um,
Right on.
so yeah. One second. Um, you guys find me on Twitter. Harris EV9. Not doing much. Everybody should be watching the phenomenal, the incredible Star Trek show on Paramount Plus. Um, Also, if you follow me, you'll probably get hit with a lot of Big Brother stuff. Big Brother is pissing me off this season. I'm not happy about.
Uh
I'm
oh.
not happy at all. Uh, this cast is strategically diabolically bad, just very very bad gameplay. Am I enjoying it a little bit? But the gameplay has just been so like it's just it's just very bad. But I'm here for the
Yeah.
mess. Anyways, again, follow me on Twitter, Harris EV9. This is my last week of peace. I go back to work next
Cool.
Wednesday, and that's very sad. Um, so I'm using my time to do podcasts, hang out with Nathan, because I'm not ready to go back to school in 2 weeks. That's gonna suck.
Oh
But
god.
yeah, that's about it. Follow me again, Harris EV9.
Right on, man. You follow me underscore Time Blazer, make a show called Time Blazer with co-star and critic Salt and Evan Harris.
Playing Ben. Let me see here. Oh, playing Ben, who does not have to film in the streets of Glasgow. I would do voice recording from the comfort of my home.
This is true. And nobody has to do stunts because it's all anim. My fucking carpal tunnel has to do the stunts is what has to happen. But yeah, you can follow me at underscore Time Blazer. Where not only am I back from my trip to Jersey, so I can work on more of like the main show, but I'm also working on some animatic stuff that will be coming out a lot sooner because it's a lot less work, and I think those will be fun just to like give you like some insight to character work and scenes that are destined to be fully animated in the future. So I think that'll be a fun insight. With that being said, if you enjoyed this, make sure to like button, subscribe not already, ring the bell so you miss coverage in all things movie, TV, and especially Spider-Man. That being said, hope you have a great day. Catch you guys next time.